scale up, fast. Then he had a second eureka moment. Why not transform pottery from an artisanal craft into an industrial process? He could leverage his traditional knowledge of pottery to mass-produce goods that met modern consumer needs. So Prajapati first developed an entirely new and more efficient method of working with clay. Then he began training women in his village in these industrial pottery techniques and finally hired them to work in his new factory. Soon, a mini-industrial revolution in pottery was launched in this remote Indian village. Midikul was the first project that Prajapati mass-produced in his factory. He soon built other products from clay, such as a non-stick frying pan that retains heat longer than other frying pans and costs a mere US $2. From one man and one idea has grown a frugal yet fruitful industry, one that employs large numbers of people in his own community and serves consumers in India and abroad. Prajapati's groundbreaking inventions, which deliver more value at less cost, have earned him accolades from all over the world, including from the President of India. And Forbes magazine recently named him among the most influential rural Indian entrepreneurs, one of few to have made an impact on the lives of so many. Jugaad, the gutsy art of improvising an ingenious solution. The Midikul, an idea born out of adverse circumstances, shows how a resilient mindset can transform scarcity into opportunity. Combining limited resources and a never-say-die attitude, Prajapati tapped into his empathy and passion for his fellow community members to conjure up an ingenious solution that improved lives in Gujarat and beyond. Not only did he produce a cheap and effective cooling device, but he also created jobs for dozens of undereducated women. In doing so, Prajapati is both driving environmental and socio-economic sustainability in his community and ensuring the financial sustainability of his own business. Prajapati embodies the true spirit of Jugaad. Jugaad is a colloquial Hindi word that roughly translates as an innovative fix, an improvised solution born from ingenuity and cleverness. Jugaad is, quite simply, a unique way of thinking and acting in response to challenges. It is the gutsy art of spotting opportunities in the most adverse circumstances and resourcefully improvising solutions using simple means. Jugaad is about doing more with less. We feature articles and videos on Jugaad on our companion website, jugaadinnovation.com. Jugaad is practiced by almost all Indians in their daily lives to make the most of what they have. Jugaad applications include finding new uses for everyday objects. Indian kitchens are replete with empty Coke or Pepsi bottles, reused as ad hoc containers for dried legumes or condiments, or inventing new utilitarian tools using everyday objects, like a makeshift truck cobbled together with a diesel engine slapped onto a cart. Interestingly, the origin of the word Jugaad in Punjabi literally describes such makeshift vehicles. The word Jugaad is also applied to any use of an ingenious way to game the system. For instance, millions of cell phone users in India rely on missed calls to communicate messages to each other using a prearranged protocol between the caller and the receiver. Think of this as free textless text messaging. For example, your carpooling partner may give you a missed call in the morning, indicating he has just left his house and is on his way to pick you up. Hence, the word Jugaad carries a slightly negative connotation for some. But by and large, the entrepreneurial spirit of Jugaad is practiced by millions in India simply to improvise clever and completely legitimate solutions to everyday problems. In this audiobook, we delve into the frugal and flexible mindset of thousands of ingenious entrepreneurs and enterprises practicing Jugaad to creatively address critical socioeconomic issues in their communities. Jugaad innovators like Mansukh Prajapati view severe constraints, such as a lack of electricity, not as a debilitating challenge, but as an opportunity to innovate and overcome these very constraints. The entrepreneurial spirit of Jugaad is not limited to India. It is widely practiced in other emerging economies such as China and Brazil, where entrepreneurs are also pursuing growth in difficult circumstances. Brazilians have their own word for this approach, gambiarra. The Chinese call it zizu shuangzin. The Kenyans refer to it as juakali. The French have a term too, système de. Throughout this audiobook, we profile Jugaad entrepreneurs from Argentina, Brazil, China.